just one on each side, and it turns out, look how pretty. Oh my gosh, it looks so much better on camera. These were my old tags. This is a DTF transfer that I put on, a heat pressed on a piece of canvas. And then this is the new size. I think this is a much more practical, useful size. It's not too deep, but it's still pretty wide. And this is Walmart fabric, y'all. Walmart. And on this episode of Crafty Hoarding Validation, these are little snaps. Hello crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and I run Ginger Patch Designs out of my home, and this week I am throwing myself into this vintage tote bag collection that kind of just fell into my lap. So if you watched the previous vlog, I did a few like test designs, like to see like which kinds of tote pattern designs that I wanted to offer with all this vintage fabric. I didn't want to just do one because everyone has different preferences and stuff. I was shooting for 3, and I've tried some more kind of off camera, and I'm going to share those with you because I think I've narrowed down the 3 solid ones. So right now this evening, it's actually evening if you can't tell, my daughter is out there watching Monsters Inc. and eating her fish sticks because I was just not in the mood to cook today. But I have been working on all the strips for one of the patterns, and then I have a stack of pockets. I'm trying to get to a point where like prep enough things that I can just take all of these pieces out into the living room and just work on the ironing board. So I'm like still spending time with Reagan watching Monsters Inc., I guess. And then here are the pockets. I have a huge stack of pockets for a different kind of bag. I actually had to improvise in my room because I have so many piles of things going on. So I had to set up one of my market tables, and this is uncut batting, and this is pre-cuts for one of the bag types, and then this is fabric that is yet to be cut. And then I have a huge stack of fabric over here on the floor that I'm trying not to be too ambitious with just how much I'm making in the first collection, just because I don't want to overwhelm myself. There's so many different kinds, and there's only like anywhere from 1 to 4-ish of each ones, and then they're gone. Like that's all the fabric that I can make in that particular design and pattern style. And so it's kind of a lot of troubleshooting. For example, I'm gonna have to buy some I think it's called cotton webbing. My problem is I know what stuff is, I just can't remember what it's called. But like to make the bag straps, I would have enough fabric left to make one more whole bag, but not the straps. And I didn't want to like not make one more bag in that pattern, especially this one, if I didn't have the straps. So I need to order some of that stuff. And on this episode of Crafty Hoarding Validation, these are little snaps, like magnetic snaps that I bought when I made, well, I still make wallets technically, but they were the wrong size, and I literally bought them probably 3-4 years ago, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna throw them away. These are gonna be for bags. Also, don't mind my appearance. I just took a shower because this summer is just mission film whenever I can because my daughter has so many activities and stuff going on. So here are some of the keepers and some of the ones I tried and why I'm not going that route. So this is one that was in a video like over a month ago. It's just a standard defined bottom tote with the double pockets on both sides and matching coordinating fabric, no snaps or anything because it's deep enough that you don't need any. So this will be one for sure style. And on the inside, I think it's either fusible fleece or cotton batting. I'll have to double check. Another one that is for sure is the kind of more floppy, square, deep, adjustable strap with the long straps that you can either wear shoulder, you can do a bow, or you can undo it and adjust it like crossbody or crossbody bow. That's gonna be the second for sure one. And I did make one just today. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this turned out so cute with the purple on the inside. I tried a snap. And here's the thing, the floppy ones apparently you don't use interface. That's like a trend now to not use interfacing. So I did the snaps, and a few things. I don't like how you can see the little swatch of interfacing that I used for the actual snap, like through the exterior fabric. And if I had some Pellin 101, or I think it's like FF90, I can't remember the exact numbers. It's like super light weight interfacing. I would have used that, but I don't like that. And so I think it's deep enough you don't need a snap though. Let me know in the comments what would you do. I think I need to either put some interfacing in there to hide it, or just don't do a snap. Those are the options. The third for sure one is actually like not a 2-in-1, but there's like a large and a smaller to medium-ish size. So I had tried a smaller tote here, and honestly, I think this looks like a child's bag. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It doesn't help that the handles were ginormous. The fabric also makes it look a little bit childish, but I don't like this at all. So I went on the internet and I was looking at different like styles and stuff, and so I went with this slouchy, it's called like a slouch bag style, where it's like all one piece, the body and the handles, or the straps and everything, and you can make it either a tie or a bow. I made them a little longer than they should have, and it's got a pocket on the outside, and it has a pocket on the inside as well. And on this one I did put a snap. This material is a little bit canvasy, but like, you know, very flexible. And I have the same issue with the snap. I want this bag to have a snap. I feel like it needs a snap. But I don't like that you can see that interfacing in there, trying to cover up the snap. And so I think we're gonna have to I like how floppy it is though, but I think I'm gonna need to add some interfacing. I'm gonna have to buy some of that Pellin 101 to fix that. But this one comes in a smaller size as well, so that covers the smaller tote that I was going for. I'm in that in between where like my hair's halfway dry and I just look like a rat, so don't mind me. I did make this one off camera, and this is Walmart fabric, y'all. Walmart, before you ask. How stinking cute. I also got this a couple, maybe like a year ago, before my store downsized even more, and they don't even have this anymore. But this is super cute. So it's kind of a mashup between a few of the other patterns. I'm not saying I won't offer this, but it's not in the like for sure 3. It has the a defined bottom as a separate piece. I quilted this with cotton batting, cotton, not polyester, and then I did the adjustable straps here. I love this, and it's floppy enough that it's flexible, but it will also just like sit up on the table as well if you need to like put stuff in it. I did not do a snap, but I totally should have and could have because of the cotton batting. I'm pretty sure for every single one of those I forgot to put my logo tag in it. So it's a little after 6 o'clock and I want to go spend time with my daughter. So I'm going to finish up this pile of bag straps I have right here. I'm doing the top stitching. This is just like a 5-inch piece that I folded over twice to make my own bag straps. I really like that they match for that double exterior pocket tote bag. And then in the morning, I will start cutting the batting. My daughter and I are going to be going to the library tomorrow. There's like a little art class, and hopefully we will be able to be outside some. And so I might not see you again until tomorrow. Last night and this morning I cut all the batting, and I basically started piecing the pockets and the straps to it, and I did pin them. I hate using pins, but it's kind of unavoidable. And I just counted these, and there's only 6 total bags in this set. And then there's 2 that are going to use black thread that I've got over there. And it just felt like I had so many more of these double pocket bags ready to go. There's a few more that I could do, but I need to order that. It was called cotton webbing is what it was called. I'm going to do the 1-inch cotton webbing. I just need to decide what color. I want to try and buy a roll that I can use the color with a bunch of different bags, because I'm not going to lie, the pink cotton webbing looked so cute. It was like a pale pink. If I decide to get it, I will put it on my Amazon storefront. I also went ahead and ordered some of it's my favorite lightweight fusible interfacing. I kept saying 101. That was not the one that I have used in the past. I used 101 for something else. My mistake. It's FF911 or something like that. It's the pink Pellin that's lightweight, but I think I do want to use some lightweight interfacing. These are going to be the large. This is what the large slouchy bag looks like, all cut out. These are the liners and the actual exterior pieces. And then I have the small slouchy here. And if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you do if you have your eye on any of these bags, because I'm going to be sharing like updates and pictures of what I'm working on here and there, so that like if you see a pattern that you like or a style that you like and you've got your eye on it, you're like, oh, that's going to be in this launch, not a future launch, because there's absolutely no way that I can get to all of the fabrics that I showed you in the fabric haul in this launch. I'm also super tentatively hoping to do like this back to school thing. I almost don't even want to say that because I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it happen. But yeah, I have probably, I would say between 20 and 30 bags that I will be able to get finished in the next few weeks. So let's get started on bag straps. I wanted to share that something I'm doing with the pockets. I can't pull this one off because I literally stopped mid-stitch. But when I'm coming back over and putting the sewing the bag strap on, I'm like reverse stitching a few times where this pocket starts, because these exterior pockets will undoubtedly get a lot of use, like throwing our phones in and out, in and out, in and out. And we want to make sure that that is reinforced really, really well. Also, another thing, it's like super dark over here in this corner. Oh, well, whatever. You can tell me how you sew your bag straps on. What I did, if I'm not using cotton webbing, if I make the bag straps a 5-inch piece, fold it over twice, right? Like fold it in, almost like making your own bias tape, kind of, with the batting on the inside. And then I've just double stitched it shut, right? You have to stitch back over it to stitch it to the bag. So I wasn't opposed to that, because in my mind, I was like, well, that is like super reinforcing that bag strap to really hold that bag together. But it involves going back over this stitching. I am literally following the line of the stitching that is already there, like to a T. So it just looks like really bold stitching. To try and make it look really nice and neat and uniform. I'm not really sure how else to do that. Is there another way? Have you done it another way? Let me know. library books that we went to the library and picked out today, I have managed to start sewing the panels together. And while we chat just a little bit, I'm going to be trimming up these bottoms before sewing on, like this is the one side of the pocket, and before I start sewing on the other side of the pocket panel. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up, but it will definitely go up well in advance of this actual date. So I have a tentative launch date for this. I don't want to call this like tote bag collection 1 or the summer collection, but basically it's the first one that I can get to. There will be more in the future, TBD. I was debating putting the launch up before July 4th just because holiday weekend and all that. But I think I want to wait until after. We are going to be out of town on the 4th. And so I was thinking the Tuesday after the 4th, Tuesday the 8th, tentatively, is when the launch date will be, where the listings will be live and you can see everything. Sometime before then or right around that time, I will post another quick video like showing all of the different tote, like the final products and everything, so you know what to expect. Sometimes when I put vlogs up, like I'm able to go through some of the comments that day. This has been one of those days that I really just didn't have time, but I tried to skim through them because I was curious what everyone was saying about the vintage fabric pairings and what some of the fabrics were called. And y'all did not disappoint. Thank you so much. Several people have commented about the fabric that I'm not using / giving away. And I already had some thoughts on that, but I don't know. I didn't think anybody would go for it. Several people commented about selling the fabric in like bundles or just by themselves. And I've thought about that, and I'll talk about that in a second, but I actually just dropped off 2 giant garbage bags full at our local outreach thrift store. It's like really, really big, and it's a Christian outreach in the community. Here's my thoughts on, I did not realize the sun was in my face. Okay, that's better. I usually don't film in here at 6 o'clock in the evening, but it's summertime and we're just doing what we can over here. So here was my thoughts about selling some of the fabrics, because there are many flannels, gorgeous flannels, but I have no desire at this time to make like kitchen or home decor or anything to sell. I'm saying in terms of to sell. If it's something I might make for myself, I'll set that to the side later. My turnaround time for making something for myself is 3 to 5 years. I have said many times that this fabric was given to me. And so the reason I didn't bring up selling it was because I don't personally feel comfortable keeping that money. But I have an idea. If you're interested, because again, I haven't shown you nowhere near all of the fabrics, and I don't mind to post them on the website, but I don't want to go through all this like measuring each bolt and doing all that, because that's very time consuming if not that many people are interested. My idea was all the sales, all the revenue from the sale of the fabric, if we did a fabric sale on my website, after like fees and whatever, all the proceeds could go to, it's called Operation Christmas Child. I grew up like collecting items at the dollar store for these Operation Christmas Child, and we packed the boxes when we were in youth group and stuff. And if you're not familiar with Operation Christmas Child, local churches in communities, this has been going on for literally decades. They put together Christmas shoeboxes, like all kinds of stuff, and they're categorized by like gender and age groups, and it's an outreach, it's a mission, and they send these shoe boxes to low income or third world or places that probably wouldn't receive Christmas gifts, and they use the Christmas gifts as a mission to spread the word. I got really excited when I had this idea because my friend that gave me this fabric, her church, they do the Operation Christmas Child at their church, and summer is the time that they do it, so that they're ready and the organization has it all when it's time, you know. So let me know down in the comments if that's something that you would be on board with. If I end up doing something else, it will be some kind of donation. I cannot keep the funds because I did not purchase this fabric myself. It was given to me in good faith to use for my business, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, real talk, I'm probably going to come back in here after my daughter goes to bed tonight and try to finish up sewing all of these panels. I'm waiting on the Pellin interfacing, which is supposed to be here tomorrow, to continue with the adjustable bags and the slouchy bags, the small and the large. I'm at a standstill with those until the interfacing comes in. I'm gonna try one before I just start cutting like crazy and possibly waste a bunch of interfacing. I have been struggling with, I wouldn't even say trying to get a routine or a schedule because every day is different in the summer. We don't have school going on. Some weeks there's a camp or an activity for my daughter, and then other times there's just like a 1 or 2 hour something at the library, or we go to a friend's house, swimming, whatever. And so I've kind of had to readjust the way I approach my work weeks. Like when she used to be in school, I would literally, what can I get done in this block of time? And so I would block my time each day and maximize my time in this room while she was gone, and it worked. And so I'm having to shift how I do that. So now, because our day-to-day is so different and it can change at the drop of a hat depending on the weather around here, we've become this weird mashup in West Tennessee between, you know, drowning in Seattle and like melting in humidity in South Florida. So now I'm trying to come up with like, what do I need to get done this week? And then just try and plug in on my Notion. And I am constantly moving things, usually moving things back, which puts me behind. But setting this due date, this launch date for the tote bag collection is going to force me to, whether it's after she goes to bed at night or when my husband's here on, you know, when he's home from work, helping me to like really stick to some deadlines. I miss having deadlines. I don't know about you, but I am much more productive, and like I work very well on a time crunch. I'm pretty productive when I'm not on a time crunch, I feel like, but it just, summer has this weird way of like feeling slower but super busy at the same time. And I'm in a schedule funk. So I'm trying. Again, follow me on Instagram where I can give more quick updates than these weekly vlogs as far as dates. Hello friends, I am losing track of the days and just how much I have filmed on this tote bag prep video, but the pocket totes are almost finished. I just have to put the linings in, sew them, turn them right side out, all of that. So I can work on stuffing those this evening while we're watching TV. So I'm kind of shifting gears to the adjustable tote. This is one that I made and I put the snaps on the inside, but there's no interfacing. And so I ordered the Pellin, and this is so cute, by the way, this watercolor with the purple, so cute. Anyways, so the Pellin came in today. It came in super fast, and I feel much, much better about having one layer on each side of interfacing. It's still very, very floppy. It's still very, very light. I don't know why I'm sounding like I'm out of breath, but I put the snaps on the inside, the small snaps. And someone several videos ago said I should go back to my old logo on the fabric tags. And let me show you what I mean. So these were my old tags. This is a DTF transfer that I put on, I heat pressed on a piece of canvas, but I could totally make this color one on the new fabric tags. These were the new ones that were all black, so they would just like match whatever fabric patterns I put in them. But I took her advice and I really like the way they turned out. I think it looks really nice. I don't like where I put it though. I should probably put it below the snap instead of above it. But really, really like the size too. Let me do a side-by-side comparison. So this was the first size I made. It's really, really big. And then this is the new size. I think this is a much more practical, useful size. It's not too deep, but it's still pretty wide. Yeah. So I'm going to shift gears and start cutting out. So I had a template for these slouchy bags, both the smaller and the larger slouchy bags, to where they kind of look like this. And so I'm going to just start cutting out a bunch of interfacing so that a lot of the piecing these together, I don't have to be in here. I can put the snaps on out in the living room. I can place and pin the pockets. Like this is the pocket that goes with this. I can do all of that kind of prep work, not in my room. And we are about 2 weeks out from launch date. So I'm starting to get really excited. It's starting to come together. Oh, one more thing. These are some larger scraps from some of the fabrics that I will be able to hopefully get some smaller pouches made to go with it. I think by far, this is my new favorite. This is really not summery, but look at this hunter green. And she had bought this hunter green solid to go with it. And it's already quilted. So on some of the quilteds, the pre-quilteds, if you remember from the fabric haul, I cut those into the slouchy bags. I think that texture is going to be perfection. I'm super excited. If they turn out really, really well, a quilted slouchy might be the go-to from now on. I went ahead and finished like one of the small slouchy bags with the lightweight Pellin interfacing, just one on each side, and it turns out, look how pretty. Oh my gosh, it looks so much better on camera. So it's got the exterior pocket, it's got all one piece for the slouchy bag part, and it's really small. This is the small size. And then on the inside, we've got, well, hang on, let me fold this over. We've got the small size snaps. Biscuit, I forgot to put my fabric tag in there again. Ugh. I keep forgetting to do that. But anywho, and then it has a pocket on the inside. I'm gonna need to literally like write myself a note about putting the fabric tags on the liners. I was able to come in here and actually finish sewing these because my husband came home from work early this week, and I was like, tag, you're it. My daughter's outside with him. So I came in here and got some unexpected hours in and got them finished. Okay, I have all of the double pocket tote bags finished. So I'm about a third of the way through the launch, and today is Thursday the 19th. I think this one is going to go live on Tuesday, and so I'm on track for the launch date that I have in mind, which is right after our 4th of July weekend. I will probably be ready by the 4th, but my family and I will be out of town on vacation, so anyways, but let me show you what we're going to have in the collection. So this doesn't look like very many, but I have a few of each one. So this one that I've already shown you before, it's like a flannel material, and some of them have blue, some of them have pink interior, and I have 4 of these. And then this is like a canvasy type material, and I think one interior is pink and one is like this like canvas type color, but it's not canvas, it's fabric, or it's all fabric, cotton. I have 2 of these. I only have 1 of this right now. I do have more of this fabric, And I'm also gonna have this in the adjustable tote, so I'll see like which one people like to kind of see how I'm gonna use the rest of the fabric. And then it has this gorgeous pink matching interior fabric. So, so pretty. One of those. And then this one, oh, I wish I had more of this fabric. I only have 2 of these, and one of them, I messed it up, but I was able to fix it, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it now, but you can see some of the stitching on the interior panel on the other one. So 2 of these, and then I think I have 2 or 3 of these, I can't remember, and they have blue interior. This was the one I couldn't get to for the longest, and all the rest of these are just like regular cotton or poly cotton blends. Whew. So now I'm ready to move on to the slouchy bags. I've got everything cut out, I've got the pockets made, and now I just need to start putting all of the layers and the pieces together and pinning. I can do that this evening while we're watching TV, after I fold the laundry on my couch. I had to order some more interfacing. That entire bolt of Pellin interfacing I ordered is already gone, and it was nowhere near enough, so I ordered some more. So friends, hopefully I'll see you in just a few days to continue prepping for the launch. If you will just give this video a like and subscribe, it really helps my channel grow and helps support my business, and I will see you soon.